This meeting is being recorded.
In chapter 21, problem 3, we're asked now to draw two possible enols that could be formed from our starting material of 3-methyl-2-butanone and show the mechanism for each of these under base catalyzed conditions. So that's what we have to consider here. So we're going to have hydroxide as our reagent in the first step of each of these mechanisms, and then we would see water in the second step, acting as the acid to protonate our enol. So let's take a look at what happens in this first generation of this first enol in this first mechanism here. So again, we have this base catalyzed condition. So we're going to deprotonate in our first step here. So I'm going to pull a proton from this carbon here that I just drew that dot on. And what that's going to do is that's going to add a lone pair to this first resonance structure here. So we see on that carbon that negative charge. What happens is we can move that around and generate our second resonance structure here. And then from there, in the second step of the mechanism, remember we're in base catalyzed condition, so water will act as our acid. One of these lone pairs will grab that proton, regenerate some hydroxide here, and we will have successfully protonated our enol and generated this first structure that I've designated as enol number 1. So there's the first mechanism and the first product. Let's take a look at what happens here. I have again drawn 3-methyl-2-butanone, but this time I've designated a proton over here. So let's see what happens if I grab that proton there, deprotonate it, move that lone pair over here to generate this first resonance structure. Then from there, we can draw our curved arrows, move around that lone pair to form a pi bond here, and then we'll kick some electrons up onto that oxygen. So now we have a negatively charged oxygen, and our second resonance structure here will then again be protonated by water as our acid. We'll move around some more electrons to generate our second structure here. So this I've designated as enol number 2. So we see two different mechanisms for the generation of enols under base catalyzed conditions with 3-methyl-2-butanone as a starting material.